Good Tuesday morning. How are you this morning? I am great. Just getting some stuff done, looking for equipment. And, it's so funny because this is my weird question of the day because, I do have weird questions of the day. Why do companies have a great product? Then they have to change it a little bit. I know it's so that we're constantly buying and constantly upgrading but it's like when you really, really, really like a product and that is the one you want and you cannot find it. That has been my morning this morning. I'm looking to buy 3 pieces of equipment and it's changed, but I got to make sure that it fits in the rack and that it's X amount of high. So pray for me as I'm finding these 3 pieces of equipment. I know that there's a good deal out there. And so I just need to find it and get that ordered and get them in because my other order still hasn't come in, and it would be awesome if everything could come in at once. Yeah. And so yesterday we got the idea that we've been working on for a pastor figured out. Woohoo! So I love it when we have an idea and it comes real. So that was exciting. And today is bumper to bumper people. I love bumper to bumper people. And the business luncheon for Holly Hills now got switched to during the day. So that's good. And we're going to Pickatonia, however you say it, Pickatonia, the pickleball place. Yeah, that place. So we're going there today, and that's where we're going to be meeting each month. So that is later on. And just busy. I love busy. How is your week going so far? We're, 4 days into bike week here in Daytona Beach. And there's a lot of bikes. I mean, there is a lot of bikes, and there's a lot of ones that are not driving smart. And so we need to pay attention, people. I was telling Tim last night, I was at a light and literally 10 bikes went through the red light. I get it because it goes from green to red really quickly. But yeah, if you're not paying attention and you're the next person up, that's how accidents happen. So we need to extra pay attention right now. Like I always say, look 3 times before you go over. Don't pull out in front of a group of bikes, well, any bikes. And, bikers, you do not have a 3rd lane on some of these roads. And y'all need to be paying attention also. But it is great to see all the bikes in town, the beautiful weather, the boom boom, smelling the food. I was laying in bed last night at 11:40. Hearing a concert that was going on the other side, probably on beachside somewhere, but because the weather, it was just bringing it right into my bedroom. And I was like, okay, I don't know that band, but hey, we're going to listen to that. Got up this morning, a little bit foggy. There was supposed to be where we were supposed to see some cool eclipse or something this morning. I could not see it. I don't know if it was because of a little bit of fog or maybe what I was seeing was it. I don't know. I like it when you look up and there's like some perfect moment that I can tell. Well, I couldn't tell this morning. So don't know if that happened or not, but did look because I like to be able to say, hey, this, but I'm not sure. Just not sure. That's okay. That is okay. What else is going on with you this week? Like I said, busy today, tomorrow. Not decided yet. I might go on a road trip. Haven't decided. And, just a short road trip for a few hours during the day. I haven't been over to Orlando in a few months to see my friends. So might do that. I don't know. I do love being in this area during this time. Maybe I'll convince her to come over this way. Not sure. Or maybe we'll meet halfway. We've been friends for over 50 years. And so it's great to still have a friend that you are still in contact with all these years later. Excited just to sit down and share life with her and her to share life with me. God is so good. Relationships are so important that you have to be a friend to make a friend and you have to participate. And I think that as things get busy and life gets crazy, we forget to show up and we forget to participate. And that is something that I really pride myself to do every day is keep showing up and keep participating. So that might be a word for somebody today. Keep showing up. No matter how you feel, how it looks, what's going on, keep showing up. And yesterday, I got an amazing text, email, whatever you want to call it, message from somebody I hadn't talked to in years and years and years and years. And we were able to talk about forgiving. That is a topic that it's easiest, hardest thing in the world to do is forgive. And sometimes you don't get it because you might not see the person, or maybe you feel like you don't need to ask for forgiveness. And so it doesn't matter what part of the equation you are. If you're the first part, the middle part, the end part, you need to be the bigger person and you do need to forgive. And so that was a very good way to start my Monday. And I was so thankful to be able to hear from that family and that God is still helping them through. They've been through some stuff and God keeps helping them through. And that's the thing. God keeps showing up if you'll keep showing up. And I think that what happens is when we don't get our prayer requests that moment, or the thing doesn't happen that moment, we get like, oh, well, he's too busy, he doesn't care, blah, blah, blah. It's his timing, not our timing. And that is something that took me a long time to realize, that God's timing is the best timing and that he works it out for his good. And so sometimes when he's working it out, it isn't the way we want to work it out. And I always think about a few years ago when God had me ask for forgiveness. And I thought, I didn't feel like it was all my fault. But God said, I want you to ask for forgiveness. I want you to accept your responsibility in it. And this is what I need you to do. And of course, sounded real easy, but it was not real easy. I'm going to tell you right now, it took a lot on my part, but God worked every single bit of it out to the T, to the double rainbow. And then when I was driving away, I just knew that God's promise was exactly what was going to happen. And because of that act, because of that obedience, God was able to allow things to change on a different situation a couple years later. So you never know what the timing is or why you're doing it at that moment, but be obedient. And obedience is sometimes a hard thing. Years ago when we decided that I would change to early mornings, I was like, why are we doing this? It's fine the way we're running it, blah, blah. And now I see all these years later why God has me do this. And I can't imagine going back to an 8 to 5. I'm just not an 8 to 5 kind of girl. And I wouldn't be able to do the things in the community and the things that I do every day if I was an 8 to 5. But I whined and I grumbled and I complained when it first happened. I was like, oh, I'm not going to like this. That's too early, blah, 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 blah. Now I cannot imagine my life not leading this way, doing it this way. So sometimes we will go fighting into what God is doing. And all he's trying to do is show us something or help us learn something or change up something that needs to be changed up. And why do we have to argue? And why do we have to fight about it? And I was talking to a friend yesterday, and isn't that how children are? Isn't that how they just want to be talked to and they just want to be entertained? But until we get to that point where we're carrying on a conversation with them, or their craziness and they're running around and they're fighting with each other and they're doing this and being destructive. But then when we get their attention and we're doing the puzzle or doing the ABC, whatever the item is, they calm down, we calm down, it becomes a better situation. I feel like that is with God. We pray, we ask, we participate, but if it's not going our way, we get mad, we get frustrated. And all he's trying to do is help us through that situation. And so I kind of feel like that was my walk with forgiveness, as I went in fighting, kicking, and screaming. And all I needed to do is surrender and say, you're right. But I couldn't. I had to fight, scream, and everything possible until I walked through it. And once I walked through it, I saw God's perfect plan. And I'm so thankful that I gave in and walked through it, because it was life-changing. And it wasn't only life-changing for that moment, it was life-changing for the things that were to come. And I think that is sometimes what we forget, is it's life-changing, yes, when something happens. We've all been through something that took our breath away, and we just didn't know how we would make it through it. We just did not know. It was so bad or so overwhelming that we just thought, this is it. This is it. And I'm probably had 100 of those in my life. And then you get through it. And you look back and you go, the grace that God gave me in that situation, the but God moments through that, the hallelujahs through that, the victories through that. Wow. I'm really thankful that I did go through that journey, or I did have to deal with that, or whatever it was, because it made me tougher. It made me stronger. It made me whatever. And, I was thinking about that yesterday as I was going back and forth with this family. I went through that maybe for yesterday. Maybe Yes, I needed to walk through that. Yes, I needed to forgive. Yes, I needed to clear some things up. But maybe I went through it at that time in that season for yesterday. And I was like, wow, but God, but God, but God, but God. What do you feel like is overwhelming you? What do you feel like is just too much? What do you feel like is just choking you? And you're saying, I don't know. Is this worth it? Is it going to happen? And you have all these woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda, wouldas. And then you go, I know God's got it. I know he's got the perfect plan. I know he's working it out. And, we do that in our business. We do that in our personal lives. We do that in our marriages, with our finances, with our kids, with our grandkids, whatever the item is. And then we step back and we go, but God, but God, but God. And I'm thankful that I've grown enough over the years. I'm still growing, still work in progress. But I'm thankful that I've paid attention and then I participated. And I think that that's the most things that we don't do. I don't think we pay attention when God's really trying to get our attention and help us with something. We're that kid. We're that fighter. We're that fight or flight. We're not going to do it. It's just we're going to be stubborn. And then God is so patient with us. So patient. He waits until the moment that we can handle it. Waits for the opportunity to say, I can fix this. I can help you. I can do this for you, or your situation, or your marriage, or your finances, or your business, or your kids, or your grandkids, whatever it is. The waiting on the Lord is frustrating. Let me just tell you, it is frustrating, but it's the best wait ever. The frustrating is the best wait ever, because when God gets you through it, and you will get through it, and you will get past it, you will get whatever it, and God shows you exactly his plan. You just look at it and go, but God, but God, but God. I've had so many of those but God moments in my life that I'm thankful for the journey. And I will keep on this journey no matter what, even on the hard days, even on the best days. I will put one foot in front of the other, and I will show up. I will find the joy in the day. And like this morning, I need equipment, and I was looking for 3 pieces, and I was started to get frustrated because of, manufacturers' codes that change or whatever. And then I just giggled and said, God, you've got the best 3 pieces of equipment for WAPN. Show me, find them, let's do this. And literally within 30 seconds, I was finding a compatible one that will do just as great at a fair price, if there is such thing as fair prices in radio, and I could move on. But why I was frustrated, and why I was controlling it, and why I was getting in the middle of it, it wasn't working out. So like for an hour and a half got wasted of my life because I was fighting it and kicking and screaming. If I would have just stopped and said, I need you to show me, it would have been so much better. But we're humans, and we live on earth, and that's just how God made us. So today, no woulda, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Let's just go for it. Let's get our favor on. Let's get this day going. Remember to thank God every day that his light is shining down on you as it maintains a heart of gratitude and walk in faith. God's favor will surround your life. Well, it is Thursday. It is Tuesday, 2 for Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. The weather, 74 with a low of 62. Madison is my weather, 80 with a low of 57. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday, Michelle and Dane and Lori and everybody else celebrating a birthday, anniversary, whatever you're celebrating. Today is National Pancake Day. Yum. Go get your pancakes, people. Remember Hope Fest 2026, August 22nd, right here in Daytona Beach. You want to go to Instagram. You want to go to Facebook. Like it so you can get constant information. We'll be talking about it. We'll be having spots going. We'll tell you about the artists, how you can get tickets, all things to Hope Fest. But you need to get involved. Do you want to sponsor? Do you want to have a food truck? Do you want to volunteer? We're going to need all things. We're 6 months out, which seems like a lot, but literally it's not. So first off, go like and share, and then let's get involved. And then also the Empty Bowls 2026, that is March 14th at the Ocean Center, and that is for Hum from 12 to 3 p.m., 101 North Atlantic Avenue. For more information about tickets, 386-317-5872. Well, y'all, I'm out of here. Got a bumper-to-bumper day. I love it. Y'all have a wonderful, great day. I am